The Nicomachean Ethics is a philosophical work that explores the nature of happiness, virtue, and the good life. Written as a series of lectures, it argues that the highest good for humans is eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or well-being, which can be achieved through living a life of virtue and practical wisdom. The text suggests that virtuous behaviour lies in finding the middle ground between extremes, known as the golden mean, and that this behaviour must be practised consistently to become a habit. Now let's explore where this text came from. The Nicomachean Ethics was written by the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle around 340 BCE, during his time teaching at the Lyceum in Athens. The work gets its name either from Aristotle's father, Nicomachus, or from his son of the same name, who may have edited the text. The ethics discussed in this work emerged from Aristotle's observations of human behaviour and his belief that everything in nature has a purpose or function. Let's look at some examples of how these ideas work in practice. The concept of the golden mean can be seen in everyday situations. For instance, in terms of courage, being too fearless leads to recklessness, while being too fearful leads to cowardice. Courage is the virtuous middle ground. Another example is generosity. Being too generous leads to wastefulness, while being too stingy leads to miserliness. Proper generosity is the balance between these extremes. In terms of social interaction, someone who jokes too much becomes a buffoon, while someone who never jokes becomes dull. The virtue lies in having a good sense of humour without going overboard. Now let's examine some strengths of this ethical framework. The Nicomachean Ethics provides practical guidance for everyday life, making it highly applicable even in modern times. Its focus on moderation and finding balance resonates with many people's natural intuitions about right and wrong. The emphasis on developing good habits through practice, rather than just knowing what is right, offers a realistic approach to moral development. Additionally, the recognition that different situations may require different responses makes this ethical system flexible and adaptable. Let's consider some weaknesses of this approach. Finding the exact middle ground between extremes can be challenging, as the right balance might vary depending on the situation and cultural context. There's also a potential issue with the assumption that virtue always lies in the middle. Sometimes the extreme position might be the right one. The system's focus on individual character development might not adequately address larger social issues or provide clear guidance for complex modern ethical dilemmas. Let's explore some alternative ethical frameworks. Different ethical systems offer other approaches to determining right and wrong. Utilitarianism focuses on maximizing happiness for the greatest number of people rather than individual virtue. Deontological ethics emphasizes following moral rules and duties, regardless of consequences. Virtue ethics from other cultures, such as Confucianism, share some similarities with Aristotelian ethics, but place different emphasis on various virtues and their development.